With the experience of 125,000 flight hours, Transportes Aéreos Pegaso is a leading company, 100% Mexican, supported by the quality certification ISO 9000 and reliable provider for Petróleos Mexicanos. For 25 years, it has transported thousands of Pemex workers to the platforms of the Campeche sounding line. Welcome to Transportes Aéreos Pegaso. You will fly in a helicopter model EC-135 with a capacity for 5 passengers on board. Now, we will explain to you all the procedures to follow that guarantee your safety and the safety of your flying companions. Approach to the aircraft. Once you're given your boarding pass and your baggage has been weighed and checked, we will invite you to go to the waiting room assigned to your flight, where the flying operator will indicate the moment when everything is ready for boarding. Outside a waiting room, you will be requested to give your boarding pass. Always keep it at hand, and you will be signaled the right way to approach the helicopter. In that moment, you will have to put away or take off any garment that may fly when approaching to the aircraft, such as caps, bags, sunglasses, etc. Operations officer will indicate the right way to approach the aircraft. You should always approach the helicopter facing the pilot, never from the back of the aircraft, as we may see on the following diagram. The green area indicates the security zones, always facing forwards the aircraft, in full view of the pilots, never from the back part of the aircraft. The red area is the danger zone. Since it is an aircraft with a tail rotor, it may cause an accident. Boarding. Once you are on one side of a helicopter, wait for the operations officer to give you a life jacket, which you should put on before boarding the aircraft, and you should wear it during the whole trip. In case you carry baggage, you should tell the operations officer so that he places your belongings in the cargo compartment, located in the back part of the aircraft. Afterwards, you will be told when to board the aircraft. Do so using the boarding step and avoiding stepping on the life preservers of the aircraft, since shoes may damage this flotation device. Once you have boarded, sit down and immediately fasten your seatbelt, which will be locked during the whole trip. In this aircraft, model EC-135, there are one-point seatbelts. You will know that your seatbelt was correctly fastened when you hear a locking click. After the operations officer has confirmed that the passengers correctly fastened their seatbelts, he will close the aircraft's door, making sure that it is properly closed and confirming that the procedure to take off may begin. If you notice that the door has not closed properly, immediately inform the pilot so that he can check it. Flight. During the flight, it is very important to keep both the life jacket and the seatbelt on. You should not take them off in any circumstance. If you notice any abnormal situation inside or outside the aircraft, inform immediately the pilot and follow his instructions. In case of emergency, do not undertake any actions on your own. Follow the instructions of the properly qualified personnel that are on board of the aircraft. Landing. Once the helicopter has landed, wait for the pilot to give the instruction to unfasten your seatbelt. The operations officer will open the door, and then you will be allowed to come down from the aircraft. Once on land, you can take off the life jacket and hand it to the operations officer or leave it inside the helicopter. In case that you have placed your belongings in the baggage zone, ask the pilot or the officer to hand them over to you. Always move away from the aircraft by the side or frontal part of it. Remember that those are the safest zones. If you were wearing a cap or eyeglasses, a hat or a scarf, do not put them on immediately. Wait until you get to a place away from the aircraft. During the flight and in every undertaken procedure such as approach, boarding and descent from the aircraft, it is strictly forbidden to smoke and to use cell phones. In case of emergency landing. In case of emergency landing, it is very important to observe the following recommendations. Check that your seatbelt is correctly fastened and move your back and head forward, leaning your hands and head on your knees. For your descent, please wait until the helicopter fully arrives to the platform or heliport before opening the doors. Always come out of the aircraft facing forward and keeping order. To open the door in case of emergency, pull the red lever and push with your hands the marked spots in the upper parts, making sure that you push hard enough to correctly move it outwards. If you have any doubts, read the security leaflet that you will find on the aircraft. In case of landing at sea, keep calm and follow the pilot's instructions. He will inflate the life preservers of the helicopter and will lower the aircraft. Identify the activation cords of the life jacket you are wearing, but do not activate it until you are told to do so. To activate the life jacket, pull the cords placed at the front and the jacket will automatically inflate. If not, you can inflate it by blowing the oral inflation tubes placed on the front and on the side of the jacket. Get off the aircraft only when the rotors have stopped turning around. Each aircraft has a life raft, red or yellow colored. That, as well as the jacket, should not be inflated inside the helicopter. The nearest passenger should throw it to the water and, once there, he should pull the raft's cord so it automatically inflates. If the passenger wears heavy shoes or with pointed ends, he should take them off before getting on the raft. We request that you follow carefully these safety instructions that will guarantee you a safe and pleasant flight. For Transportes Aéreos Pegaso, your safety and comfort is our top priority.